Hey, my name is Isaac Schatz. I play Mr. Mushnick in this year's production of Little Shop of Horrors. So the show is about this creepy plant and this nerdy guy, and the creepy plant is very manipulative, and the nerdy guy falls for all of his tricks.
My name is Molly Neff, and I am playing Audrey. It's a lot different than what we've done before because it gets a lot more dark and it gets a lot deeper, and it's more of a sad story where these people are dealing with real life things, but there are also some like fantastical sci-fi fantasy elements that really change it up a lot. My castmates are just terrific people like Colin, Isaac, John. They all inspire me to be a better actress because being around those people that like really lift you up, I mean, it just kind of changes your mindset and really helps you get in the right zone when you need to be.
I think that this is one of the most exciting parts of high school purely because it's such a positive and welcoming environment. Learning and growing in many different ways with all these people is just a priceless experience and invaluable to me.
Good morning. It is Friday, September 30th, and we are about to award 26 grants, over $20,000 to Westfield Washington school teachers. We can't wait to award these and see how they put the money to use in support of students across the district.
This is a great way to start my day.
We wanted to buy you guys more books.
Just for our team to have like access to sensory items,
to buy a watering system for our school garden.
it's all the way in Atlanta, Georgia, so it's kind of far away, and I get to go and learn.
More novels for my French students, actually. A 3D printer.
Really?
Like hand sewing, how to sew on a button, so we get buttons and needles, so that's what it's about.
So we started a new ag science program, and this grant's going to go to help continue that program to grow.
All right, good evening, everyone. Having quorum, I'll call our meeting to order. I would like to welcome you all to our board meeting this evening. If you'll please all join me for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you, everyone. We've got some exciting presentations this evening. In addition to our building report and student of the month, we'll also have our Rock Strong Awards for this quarter. So just a little bit of housekeeping in case you've not attended a meeting in the past. We have a professional photographer on staff, which will take photographs of your student of the month, and we'll have a short remission after all of the awards are given so that family members and anyone here celebrating with the student can get a picture by Mr. Dixon and be able to get everyone in the picture and celebrate your student of the month in good style. So with that, we will start first with our Virginia F. Wood Early Learning Center Student of the Month. Please come on up.
Okay, how's this? All right, much better.
Test,
I'm Nora
test.
Benevolio. I'm the Early Childhood Coordinator for Westfield Washington Schools. I'm here on behalf of Marcy Dorado, the Director of the Early Learning Program here at the Virginia F. Wood Early Learning Center, to present our Student of the Month, Charlotte Hamill, I'm sorry. Charlotte attends All Aboard in the morning and developmental preschool in the afternoon. In just a few months of the school year, Charlotte has shown tremendous growth in many areas.
Hi, I'm Larissa Victor. I'm Charlotte's All Aboard teacher. Charlotte is a joy to have in class. She's funny, kind, compassionate. She always cares about her friends. She's always concerned if somebody is upset. She will always come and tell us, somebody's sad or so-and-so is upset, they need help. She enjoys participating in our morning meeting discussions, and she always had great ideas to share. Charlotte has our daily schedule and routine down pat. She will oftentimes remind me if I forget to move the clip on the schedule. Victor, you forgot to move the clip. She has grown so much these past few months in All Aboard, and she is a wonderful part of our All Aboard family.
My name is Alyssa Stoller, and I am Charlotte's
Test.
Don't touch anything. We'll try it again. My name is Alyssa Stoller. I am Charlotte's developmental preschool teacher. If one person would deserve this award, it would be Charlotte's. Every day, Charlotte comes to school with the biggest smile, a wonderful laugh, and a most amazing imagination. You can always count on her to have great stories and have the best fun facts about anything. When entering the room, Charlotte always knows what to do. She follows the expectations and directions and is a wonderful role model to all of her peers. You can always count on her to know the routine of the day. Charlotte is always looking to see if she can cheer up her peers when they're having a bad moment and is always a great cheerleader in the room. I am so proud of how much Charlotte has grown in these last few months. She has learned to communicate her needs and wants to her teachers and to her peers. She is also advocating for herself when she is feeling stressed and frustrated, which is amazing. I'm very grateful to have Charlotte in my class, and I just know that she's going to do amazing things.
So as you can see from the teachers' comments, Charlotte is the perfect child to be our student of the month. Congratulations, Charlotte.
Good smiles.
Congratulations to Charlotte. And next we invite Oak Trace.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jane Hitch, the proud principal at Oak Trace. And look at this dapper young man, Kareem. I have invited him and we have nominated him as our student of the month for Oak Trace, and we are so very proud of him. You know, I learned French in high school a long time ago and can't say I know it, but he is bilingual at the age of 8. He can speak Turkish and English, and we are so very proud of him. This is his first year at Oak Trace, but not his first year in Westfield. We did some redistricting, and he got to come to our school, his home school, and we are so grateful because he's really made a difference in a short amount of time that he's been here. I'm going to read a few words from all of your teachers, okay? We went back. So some of these names you haven't seen in a while, but they're really proud of you. Mrs. Zaluski, who is an instructional assistant that works in our school, says he is a hard worker and he amazes her daily because you're so eager to learn and participate. Mrs. Davis, our English learner teacher, said he's one tender-hearted boy. You'll notice that theme a lot in what I'm saying. She said that she taught him in kindergarten and now again at Oak Trace, and that he is so bilingual in English and Turkish, and it's an incredible accomplishment, which we all agree. Mrs. Hollinger, remember her in kindergarten at Monon Trail, says, I remember Kareem as a hard worker and a good student. But what I remember most about him and what I'm most proud of is his caring spirit. He's kind and he lifts up others with his smile and great personality. Mrs. Hopkins, who was your second grade teacher, says Kareem is hardworking and caring. He's a friend to everyone he meets, and he works hard to make others feel included. Seeing how much he's grown as a learner and a leader has been a gift. And Mrs. Loring, currently his third grade teacher at Oak Trace, says he's a hard worker and shows respect wherever he goes in school. And he's a kind friend. He's a happy spirit and loves to discover new things, and we love having him in class. Kareem, we are so proud of you. What a great example you are for all of us at Oak Trace, and we can learn a lot from you. Thanks for being you. Everybody give a hand to Kareem.
Congratulations, Kareem. And now we invite Monon Trail.
Come on up here.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Marvel, the principal at Monon Trail, and I have Miss Kane, Kinsley's second grade teacher, and we are here to celebrate Kinsley Rivera as Monon Trail's Student of the Month. So just like Oak Trace, we have a few teachers track them down. Her kindergarten teacher and previous first grade teacher shared some highlights and some cool things about you, Kinsley. So Mrs. Hollinger, she was busy helping out Oak Trace and us. I was lucky enough to have Kinsley Rivera in my kindergarten class. I would describe Kinsley as brave, caring, and hardworking. Brave because she came into my classroom a very scared and shy little girl and left my classroom a leader. Caring because she is about the sweetest girl ever whose smile melts everyone's heart. And hardworking because even when things are hard, she digs in deep and tries incredibly hard. I am so proud of Kinsley and very happy she was chosen for this award. She most certainly deserves it. Way to go, Kinsley. And Mrs. Brooke Lewis, her first grade teacher, said Kinsley is truly a ray of sunshine. She brought kindness, positivity, and happiness to our classroom. She was always smiling, kind, and helpful to others and tried her best. I am so happy that she is earning this well-deserved reward. And Ms. Kane's going to share a little bit about this year.
So, when Mr. Marvel prompted us with the opportunity to pick a student of the month, my mind immediately went to Kinsley. Kinsley is someone that all teachers would love to teach. She's kind and compassionate with others, hardworking and driven with her academics, all while having a joyful, bright personality. I could go on and on about what an amazing student Kinsley is, but I think her classmates do it better. When I asked my students why I thought Kinsley would be a great student of the month, here's what they said. Preston said, "Yeah, that sounds about right. She's always following directions." Jay said, "She's like never mad." Gracie said, she always lets me use her markers whenever I want. And Annabelle said, "She does love reading time. She's always reading those Owl Diary books." It has been such an honor to be your teacher this year, Kinsley. Congratulations on Student of the Month.
Congratulations, Kinsley, and now we welcome Shamrock Springs.
Hey, Stephen, come on up here. So this past month, we asked our Related Arts team to pick their Student of the Month, and they see all of the kids, 635 now as of today. We grew a few. But again, they see everyone over multiple years. And when we ask them who their Student of the Month is, well, they pick Stephen, and this is why. This comes from, just like Oak Trace and also Monon Trail, we've got several teachers that wanted to say a lot of kind things about Stephen. You ready for this? All right. This comes from Dr. Hahn. She's our STEM teacher. "I've had the great pleasure of working for the past 4 years as Stephen's STEM teacher and after-school enrichment guide. I nominated Stephen for Student of the Month because he is an amazing leader and role model for all of us at Shamrock Springs. He is the person that can work hard in any group or even independently. These qualities are so rarely developed at his young age. He is focused, attentive in class, and enthusiastic about learning. Stephen is just a pure joy in and around, and I am so excited to see him represent and be acknowledged for being a Shamrock." This comes from Mrs. Hollis, his third grade teacher. "Stephen is an excellent student. He follows our Shamrock Springs life goals and lifelines. He is very respectful to his teachers and his classmates. He comes to school with a positive attitude and a huge smile." Can we see it again? Because everybody's saying it. "He is always willing to help out a friend in need. I enjoy having Stephen as a member of our classroom family." His second grade teacher, Mrs. Snyder. "Stephen Browning is a joy." Are you seeing a common theme here? Joy and smile. He's happy, he's kind, he loves school, and he loves to read. And he always has a story to tell. Mrs. McMullen, music teacher. "Stephen cares about doing the right thing, but always with a kindness in heart. He is unafraid of embracing new challenges, and if asked, he will share his intellectual reason why. Stephen is not boisterous, but if you chose to spend just a moment of time with him, chances are great that you will be impressed with what he has to say." Mrs. Smith, first grade teacher. "Stephen has a heart of gold. Not only is he an extremely hard worker, he's always positive and encouraging to those around him. I will always remember Stephen and his passion for reading everything, but especially Dogman." Is that true, Stephen? All right. "I can still picture him proudly carrying those chapter books around with him and reading a chapter whenever he gets the chance. I'm so proud of you, Stephen." And finally from Mrs. Mefford, kindergarten teacher. "Wow, I remember Stephen walking in on that first day of kindergarten with the biggest of smiles. He always is smiling. At such a young age, I knew Stephen would be one of those students you could count on and rely on. He was an amazing friend, helper, and you could see it in his eyes, his love of learning. Every time I see Stephen in the hallway, he is always so excited to say hello. Stephen is so deserving of this award, and I am so proud to say I was able to have him in the classroom." And she's got like a little emoji with a heart and a smiley face on it, so which is so fitting for Stephen. So proud of you, Stephen, for being Shamrock Springs Student of the Month.
Congratulations, Stephen. And next we invite Washington Woods.
I'm Candace Hans. I am the assistant principal at Washington Woods. This month, Washington Woods is proud to recognize Nathan as our student of the month. Nathan is in Mrs. Seibert's fourth grade class. As a Leader in Me school, each month we recognize a student for modeling one of the 7 habits of a happy kid. This month we recognize Nathan for modeling habit number 2, beginning with the end in mind. Beginning with the end in mind means that we start with a clear understanding of our destination. You need to know where you are going in order to better understand where you are now, so that you have the steps you need to always go in the right direction. People who keep the end in mind make a plan, set goals to be successful.
Nathan has been working at I'm Marcella Seibert. I'm his 4th grade teacher. Hello. Nathan has been working tirelessly on his reading WIG, which stands for Wildly Important Goal. By setting goals on finishing the Harry Potter books in a given time, he has created lead measures on how many pages he'll read each day. He prioritizes his time around this goal, never letting his end in mind out of sight. Because of this, Nathan is already on the Deathly Hallows. Nathan also doesn't give up when he has his end in mind. He works hard to achieve his goals, even when they're challenging. When he's faced with a difficult task, he exclaims, "Wow, this is tough," with a smile on his face. He is the epitome of a growth mindset, looking at challenges as an opportunity to grow and learn rather than an obstacle. Nathan also encourages others to do the same. When he can tell a classmate is frustrated, he cheers them on with compassion and enthusiasm. Everyone around him feels lifted by his optimistic spirit. We can all look up to Nathan as a positive role model for habit 2.
All right, Nathan, Mrs. Zach and I were kind of fighting over who got to be here tonight. So I got to be here, so she got to write the words. Are you ready? Okay, this is from Mrs. Zach. She wanted to share. Nathan is a pure joy to have at Washington Woods. Nathan greets me every morning with a smile and a good morning. He projects positivity throughout the school and leads by example. Nathan has never met a stranger and is a truly kind human. I can always count on Nathan to help step up to be a leader at Woods. He leads with his whole heart. I will miss him next year. Nathan, please come back to visit us often. I am very proud of you and I look forward to all of your future success.
And then finally, Nathan's family said they wanted to share a little bit about him as well. They said, "We are so proud of Nathan for his hard work, good attitude, and dedication to becoming a leader. While he has always been kind and compassionate, this year he has amazed us by being responsible and organized with his schoolwork and jobs around the house. We're so grateful to his teachers and thankful that he has had the opportunity to experience a Leader in Me school. Way to go, Nathan."
Nathan, from all of us at Washington Woods, we're so proud of you.
Congratulations, Nathan. And next we invite Carrie Ridge.
Hello, I'm Andy Hilton, principal at Cary Ridge, and I would like Cameron to come up and join me. There he is. This is Cameron Otterov. Cameron is a first grade student with us, and each month we study a different lifeline, and this month is empathy. And when we send it out to the staff, there were a lot of people who responded that Cameron fits that to a T. So Mrs. Terry, your first grade teacher, she said, "I'm so proud that Cameron is being honored for the lifeline empathy. He comes every day at school ready to work with a big happy smile, making everyone else ready to smile as well. His excitement is infectious to the class, and it's my welcome each morning. He has compassion and kindness to all the students, whether they are having a great day or a difficulty. Cameron is helpful and empathetic to others and will ask to help them at any time, putting them ahead of himself. He is grateful and thanks me for anything, even little things like stickers and worksheets. Is that true? He is concerned about how other students are feeling and will take a moment to check on them and cheer them up. I am blessed to be able to say that Cameron is a part of my everyday and classroom. Cameron is such an asset to the class and group of students in my room. Thank you, Cameron, for being you. And Mrs. Brown, your kindergarten teacher, said, Cameron strived to be a good friend to others. He seemed to want people to feel included and have fun. I noticed this in the classroom, out at recess, and even at the local park. My son and I bumped into Cameron a couple times at Cary Grove. Even though my son was a few years younger, Cameron included him in the games and introduced him to the other kids. That kindness left an impression to this day, and my son still calls it Cameron's Park. Congratulations, Cameron, on becoming Cary Ridge's Student of the Month. Keep sharing your kindness with others. So, Cameron, from everybody at Cary Ridge, congratulations. You deserve this.
Congratulations, Cameron. Next, we welcome Maple Glen.
Hello, my name is Libby Baud. I am the assistant principal at Maple Glen Elementary. I am up here with Miss Neuer, one of our first grade teachers, and more importantly, no offense, Miss Neuer, Edith Hauser. Edith was nominated by Miss Neuer this year to be our November Student of the Month. Edith, you have been a lifelong learner, empathetic, which are two of our LEAF leader traits that we really focus on. And so here is what Miss Neuer had to say. Ready? Okay. Edith comes in every day with a smile on her face. She is such a caring friend and is constantly including others that might not have a friend to play with at recess. In class, she encourages others to do the right thing and leads by example by helping others. Whether it's helping others to read partner sounds out or a tricky word, or helping a friend with a math equation, Edith is ready to help with a smile on her face. Edith is such a hard worker and is always pushing herself to write stories with lots of details, reading chapter books, and finding ways to solve tricky math problems. She brings such joy and positivity to our classroom, family, and I am so proud of her. And I have to tell you that Mrs. Fisher and I are also very proud of you, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Edith. Next, we welcome the intermediate school.
Good evening. I'm Annette Patchett. I'm the principal of the intermediate school, and I have with me Andrew Klepfer and Miss Monica Junkins, his classroom teacher. And we are excited to be here to celebrate Andrew this evening. So today can I tell what happened today at lunch? What? Our story, when we were chatting today at lunch. Would that be okay? Yeah. Well, I think that's a good story to tell. Yeah. So today at lunch, I knew Andrew would be selective in what he wanted me to share. So I sat with him at lunch today and I said, what would you like me to share with our community this evening? And he was very humble and he's like, well, I don't know, maybe that I have a dog, 2 cats, a tortoise, and a snake. Right? Yes. That was is my brother. Yeah, so that was super important. But then we really started talking and I said, I heard you are a super creative artist and a super creative writer. He's truly gifted in his artwork and his writing. And so that is one of our celebrations tonight for you, Andrew.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm Monica. I nominated Andrew. I've been his teacher for almost 2 years now. And this year when Andrew came into school for 6th grade, he was ready to rock. He was ready to follow a full schedule, and he's been doing that. He's been getting his work done. He's been being positive, attending all his classes, and also delivering a lot of great puns every day. So he's very punny. So we've had a great start off to the year, and I'm really proud of Andrew and where he's going to go for the rest of this year.
Super excited. Good job, Becky.
Congratulations, Andrew. Next, we welcome our middle school.
I'm Valerie Love, proud assistant principal of Westfield Middle School. And the middle school is proud to honor Olivia Sands this evening. Olivia is a 7th grader on our Navigator team, and she enters our building every day, exemplifying our 5 guiding principles of honesty, compassion, respect, responsibility, and hard work. And so, Olivia, I'm just going to read what your teachers have said about you. Your choir teacher, Mrs. Smith, says that Olivia is a sweetheart, treats her peers with kindness every day. She's a great listener, and Mrs. Smith can always count on you to be doing the right thing. Mr. Gilbert looks forward to seeing you every day. Olivia always has a positive spirit and is always working diligently. Miss Wolf says that she can always count on Liv if there is anyone that needs extra help with assignments, because she's kind to everyone. The few times that she's missed class, she's come back with all her work completed and sends messages when she is out to all her teachers. In science, Mrs. Trambaugh sees Liv working hard, working well with her peers, and being respectful to everyone she's around. You are always willing to help and go the extra mile with your work. She does a great job advocating for herself, and if someone else needs assistance, you speak up for them as well. Mr. Hagemeyer says that Olivia has displayed each of our core principles and is an excellent model for other students to follow. One of the many attributes he appreciates about Olivia is that when she's been absent, she asks what she can be doing while she is out. Showing respect to teachers and students at all times is one of your many strengths, and the world needs more Olivias. So thank you for showing up to the middle school every day and being yourself.
Congratulations, Olivia. We'll welcome the high school.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alicia Deniston. I'm the principal at the high school, and I would like to welcome up here Elizabeth Sierra Visoso. She is our Westfield High School Student of the Month, and Elizabeth was selected by many of her teachers, and I want to go ahead and just read a few of those words that they shared for me to read tonight. The first one is from your counselor, and that is Mr. V, okay? And Mr. Velasquez says this about Elizabeth. Growth mindset is the first word that comes to mind if I were to describe a strength of yours. Since I have met you, I have been beyond impressed with how open-minded you are to challenging yourself and looking at all opportunities. Your motivation to grow will expand beyond to future generations. Continue to push and pave a greater path for those who will come after you. So he's truly proud of you. And then I have some words from your algebra teacher, Mr. Bushy, who says that you've been fantastic in algebra, that He says about her, she is polite and kind at all times in class, asks questions and participates in activities, shows excellent social skills in addition to high academic scores. That Elizabeth is very bright, and I've enjoyed seeing her success. And then your biology teacher, Mrs. Weedy, says, I absolutely adore Elizabeth. Elizabeth has been a star student in biology, not just academically, but also as a human being. Her work ethic and positivity is influential to all of the students around her. She always goes above and beyond expectations, which sets the standard for everyone else. She is a well-deserving young woman who leads her freshman class in both academics and our Westfield values. Great job and congratulations. And then I wanted to share what your AVID teacher, Miss Pepler, said as well. But one of the reasons I chose Elizabeth also is I'm very proud. She is charting a new course for students at Westfield. This is our first year with the AVID program at the high school. And AVID stands for Achievement via Individual Determination, and really comes alongside students to encourage them to pursue their goals for their future and to execute excellent study skills in school and literacy and writing. And so I kind of posed to our AVID site team, I said, all right, who's been a star thus far in terms of who do we want to look to at really coming in their freshman year and wowing us and setting a good example? And your name came with all of those on our AVID site team. And this is what your AVID elective teacher says. She's a great selection for Student of the Month. She has exemplified the qualities of an AVID student and has gone above and beyond. She's willing to help friends succeed and puts 110% effort into all assignments she turns in. She seeks out opportunities to improve her work and utilizes in-class time to get help and continue to improve. She always asks good questions, and she wants to continue to get involved in extracurricular activities and has already thought about seeking out leadership positions in Robbie's Hope, a club she's very passionate about. She cares a lot about others, and it shows in her student interactions. And I asked Elizabeth today, I said, okay, I know you don't have to have it all figured out yet. You're only a freshman, but tell me a little bit, what do you enjoy, kind of what moves you, and then what are you thinking in terms of your future career? And she loves reading, which I said, okay, I love that. She loves mysteries. She's involved also in Dance Marathon, which is a wonderful service organization for our students to be involved in. And she said, I'm really thinking about going into psychology. She has a real interest in mental health and exploring ways to help students. So I'm just so proud of her this evening and just want to say congratulations. We're so proud of you.
Congratulations, Elizabeth. And next we are going to invite Miss Ashley Knott for our Rock Strong Awards.
Hi, I'm Ashley Knott, and I'm the Executive Director for the Westfield Education Foundation. It's so good to see all you guys here tonight. Before I get started on the Rock Strong Awards and celebrate our staff across the district, I just want to thank everybody for our community donors and partners for supporting the foundation. We just opened our scholarships just about 2 weeks ago, and because of community support, we have 25 scholarships the class of 2023 will be able to apply for. Last year, we gave out over $63,000 and awarded 42 students. So we will meet and beat those goals to support students beyond Westfield. So if you have a chance, take a look at the foundation. There's a newsletter out there. We have an upcoming event and blankets. It's awful cold, so you might need a snuggle, right, with your Rock Strong Award winners. So we will start with Leslie London from BAC. If you want to come up. So the Rock Strong Award is meant to recognize staff across the district that just really work with our students every day and exemplify what we are working and striving for. So this is, I'm going to read a little something about you. Okay, so this was submitted for Leslie. Leslie started in BAC as an assistant, and her strong dedication to the program, as well as her positive impact on children, allowed her to move into this role of the BAC lead at Shamrock Springs. She is always willing to work breaks, hours, and act as a mentor for high school students and other staff. A parent stated, "Miss Leslie is a saint. I am so thankful she leads BAC program at Shamrock Springs Elementary School. She is organized, cares about her students, and knows them all very well. She seems to know which students need extra attention on certain days and is always paying attention despite the chaos and the after-school care can be. She is able to multitask. She is able to always be responsive to emails and concerns about my daughter. I have no idea how she stays so organized. I am very grateful that my daughter has been able to have the same teacher at BAC year after year. Miss Leslie is great." So this is why you're a Rock Strong winner. Can we get your picture?
Leslie, if you can stay up here, we're going to get a full group photo. Thank you.
All right, our next one is Jim Macy with operations. Jim is the longest tenured driver in the district with 37 years of service. Okay, that's worth saying again. Jim is the longest tenured driver in the district with 37 years of service. He is one of the most reliable drivers that the district has. Along with his exceptional attendance coupled with great professionalism, Jim does whatever he can do to help the department accomplish district goals daily. Jim also is an avid participant in driving the district's athletic trips. He has a great attitude. He's always willing to chip in. He's compassionate. Sorry. Turn the page. There's a lot to say about you. For students, and we have many drivers deserving of this award, but Jim leads the pack. And again, 37 years. Congratulations.
If you want to speak at some point, I can do.
All right, Nicole Shelley. Oh. Congratulations, Nicole Shelley. Congratulations. From a team member, Nicole is a very organized and dedicated teacher. She works hard to meet the needs of all students as she wants them to succeed and enjoy school. Nicole also works with teachers and staff at Shamrock Springs to extend what she does in her classroom to other classrooms. Students and staff are lucky to have her as part of the Shamrock family. From a parent, I think Miss Nicole Shelley has been an amazing teacher. I am a new mom to elementary school, and my son is in kindergarten. I think we were more nervous than he was. From the first email we received from her, I was hooked. I was excited about her organization, and clearly she loved to communicate. I loved to see how excited she was. As a new mom to this environment, it meant a lot that everything was clearly understood. From every day just keeps getting better and better. For a child who struggled with speech in his toddler years, we as parents could not have asked for a better person to help lead him in his elementary school journey. We are excited for the rest of the school year. And then in addition, they asked just some of your other students today at lunch, and they said, she helps me read, she's a good teacher, and just everything. So, there you go. Congratulations. Let's take your picture. All right, Anna, I'm going to say this wrong. Yes? I'm so sorry. I practiced it on the way over here, and I knew I was going to mess it up. So I just paused. Thank you. Congratulations. So I'd like to read a little bit of something about you, if I could. So Ms. Lenka, right? Yes. Has made our transition to Washington Woods absolutely beautiful. My daughter came here not knowing a soul, But Miss M, as we call her, has made her feel welcome and loved. She gets on my daughter's level and interacts with her like every other child and treats her with so much respect. Even on my daughter's hardest days, Miss M is there to help her along through the day and find positive moments to share. Our family is beyond grateful, and it's absolutely, she's just an absolute joy. And then from Miss Sack, so academic program teachers. She serves students who are in grades kindergarten through second. She works with multiple instructional assistants, classroom teachers, and parents to ensure her students are getting the best education possible. She treats others with respect and kindness in everything that she does. She teaches with heart every day. This is evident in her students' social and academic growth. As an administrator, I trust her completely. Anne is one in a million, and we are exceptionally lucky to have her part of our Washington Woods family. Oh, she's not here, but I would like to read about her, if that's okay, and I will go and celebrate her tomorrow at the building, if that's all right. So Jillian Lee is from in the intermediate school, and she was nominated by a parent. Miss Lee is so positive with her class. She has made my daughter enjoy reading. Miss Lee wants all of her kids to succeed. She is a natural leader. The administration team agrees. Miss Lee is in her second year at the intermediate school and is already a team leader. She leads a fifth grade language arts team of 14 through a process of leading and learning. Miss Lee is passionate and dedicated and cares deeply for all students. She is reflective in her practices and seeks frequent feedback. Miss Lee is a learning leader. So congratulations, Miss Lee, if you're watching at home. How about that? So Maureen Craver, did I say that right? Congratulations. Maureen was nominated by two parents at the middle school. The first one said, "I cannot say enough. She is responsive, proactive, and communicating with parents. She is patient and consistent in her relationship with students. She is an advocate for her peers, her students. I haven't met a more loving person." And the second parent shared, "She has been instrumental in support of my child, keeping her organized and advocating for her continued success. The staff at Westfield Middle School is proud to have Maureen fighting for students to achieve academically, socially, and emotionally." Congratulations. All right, just a couple more here. Sandy Betty, is she here tonight? Hi, Sandy. From a Cary Ridge parent, Sandy is amazing. My daughter felt completely supported by Miss Betty this school year. She helped her grow in her reading and spelling skills and build confidence in herself. She was great at communicating and very flexible and understanding of our daughter's learning needs. We are very thankful for having such a strong support around our girl. Another Cary Ridge parent said, "Miss Betty worked with my daughter for 3 years and has been a tremendous support to her. She was always there to greet my daughter with a smile and a hug. She was a great advocate for her educational emotional needs. Miss Betty worked with her regularly when she was virtual. She never fell behind. She really goes above and beyond for her kids, and I would love for her to be recognized." Another parent said, "Miss Betty is a resource teacher, but an advocate for all kids. She is a huge support for all kids and teachers. The teachers are thankful for her guidance and her leadership. Cary Ridge is a better place because of Sandy Betty." All right, Beth Roots. Is Beth here? Congratulations. Okay, can I share a little bit about you? Oh, sure. A Maple Glen parent wrote, "I first met Miss Roots when she was an instructional assistant in kindergarten. I noticed right away her enthusiasm and just absolute joy she had with the kids. Fast forward 2 years, and I was thrilled to learn she would be my daughter's teacher. My daughter loved going to school every day and came home excited and eager to tell me what she learned. When she started the year, she told me Miss Roots she didn't like to read because she wasn't good at it. And Miss Roots confidently told her that she would find books together and they would get her excited about reading. And she absolutely did. My daughter now loves to read every day and is confident in trying out all different kinds of books and topics and different levels. We are going to miss Miss Roots so much next year, and we'll be so lucky to have someone with a fraction of her heart she has been teaching with her children. And then another parent or a staff member wrote, "We are so grateful to have Miss Roots as a teacher at Maple Glen for her joy, enthusiasm, and an ability to show kids how much they're truly capable of doing. You rock." And we have one more, I think it's, oh, a couple more, actually. Keep going. All right, Joe Whitaker. Can I read a little bit about you? So Jo goes above and beyond to help the student she works with. She is caring and willing to do what is needed to best meet the needs of her student. Her attendance is outstanding. She is joyful and always portrays a positive attitude. Congratulations. Thank you. And Pat Tonegate from Monon Trail. Is she not here tonight? Okay, I don't think she could join us. Can I read hers? And then I have one more to read too from the high school. I don't think that Eric is here. So this one for Pat is, Monon Trail Elementary School parents shared that Pat was always sure the kids are safe and follows the rules. She is so kind, and we love to see her smiling face every morning. She personally makes me feel very good about saying goodbye to my second grade student every morning because I know she'll be well taken care of. We appreciate Pat, and she's the first and last face my student sees as part of their school day. She takes her job seriously to ensure students get to and from school, but you can also tell that she cares about each and every student on her bus. She helps them get their day started off right on the right foot with a warm greeting and ends with the same way. If a student is not on the bus, she notices and asks them about it. We are so lucky to have her as the Monon Trails bus driver. And the students quoted said, "She is nice, she is kind. If someone is crying, she helps them." And then one also said, "I like how she greets us whenever we get on the bus. I think she's nice." So can we give a round of applause for Pat? And then Eric, one of our counselors at the high school. So Eric is not with us here tonight, but I would like to read and support him. So a parent wrote, I would go to this nominee not only, this is from a parent, said, "Whenever I would go to this nominee, not only did he speak professionally and kind, he always looked for a solution and provided options. It's hard navigating high school, but Mr. Zabanuk made his journey not so scary. His solution-based attitude and his quick follow-up made you ensure that you had somebody on your side. Beyond his knowledge of the school system and the graduation requirements, he understood my kid and really helped us get through 4 years of high school. I truly don't think we would have made it without his care and his guidance." A fellow counsel also wanted to share that Eric has been an example of engagement with our students as a counselor, but also as a sponsor of the GSA and the director of the high school theater program. He continues to provide excellent direction for his students in all areas of academics, college, and career readiness. Please help me congratulate all of our Rockstar entrepreneurs. You want the picture up here? Is that what you want?
I just want to say one quick thing. My name is Josh Andrews. I'm the Director of Communications, but I'm also on the board of the Westfield Education Foundation, who's presenting this award. And I want everyone to know that this award can't happen without you guys. It's a public award, and anyone, as you heard, she was reading statements from parents, from teachers, from staff members, from kids on the school bus. Every week in the Shamrock Blast, you'll see the nomination form for the Rock Strong Award. So if you know of someone you want to nominate, if your kid comes home telling great stories, go ahead and click on the button in that Shamrock Blast. They're also in the newsletters for the individual schools. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to spread some of the love and nominate someone for the Rock Strong Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley and Josh. And now we're going to have a short intermission. We're going to have a short intermission with refreshments. You can get pictures with your student of the month, and we'll resume our business meeting at 8:15. Thank you.
I'm Dia Crouch. I am a puppeteer for one of the versions of Audrey 2.
My name is Sophia Dabasewicz, and I'm the set shop manager for Little Shop of Horrors.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Roberts, and I am part of the sound crew for Little Shop of Horrors this year.
You kind of want to have someone on something for a longer period of time so they know exactly what to do.
Knowing how Audrey 2 is built is a big thing, and understanding how each little part of Audrey 2 is connected to the bigger parts, that's just really important for me to know.
One of the main things we do is mic all of the actors with their own specific lavalier microphones. We also, this year, have a pit for the first time since I have been here, and we have a full band.
I think my favorite part about the rehearsal process is, this is probably going to be really weird, but the notes, going over things we need to improve, things we can get better with, things we can change, that just really helps with like growing as a person, growing as an ensemble.
And I think the audience will really feel immersed and like they're in the slums, and it's come a long way. Almost everything that we have, we've made ourselves with our own hands, painted with our own hands, and finally bringing it all together with the cast and crew, finally running scene changes to see how everything works.
So I've been doing tech in theater for the past 4 years, and I found a new home that I wasn't expecting to find with tech. I've gotten really close with every single person that I have met through my experience with theater, both acting and on tech, and I would have never realized if I hadn't decided to do something new that I would have found one of my favorite things to do every single day.
दूसरा भाषा का होना दूसरा आत्मा को दरण करना है.
Si le hablas a un hombre en una lengua que él entiende, va a su cabeza. Si le hablas a un hombre con su propio lenguaje, va a su corazón.
मैं थिए एनसे एना क्रासिमेड्रू.
मेरा नाम है अभिजय और मैं बोलता हूँ हिंदी.
Yo me llamo Lauren.
Yo me llamo Lucy.
Yo hablo español.
నా పేరు హర్ని గాంధీ నేను మాట్లాడే లాంగ్వేజ్ తెలుగు.
أنا اسمي بيتر رميلة أنا بتكلم عربي.
وأنا بيتر بطرس بتكلم عربي برضه.
Medin de Letitia Emetechi.
Мене звуть Марія, я розмовляю українською мовою.
What comes to mind when I think about multilingual? You could make new friends from different languages.
Family.
To be unique.
Confident.
Exciting.
Unique.
Proud.
Be different.
One time when my culture and language brings me joy is one of the festivals we celebrate, which is Diwali, which is pretty much the festival of the victory of light over darkness, which is just a very fun holiday to celebrate with friends and family.
Religion is a big part of being Ghanaian, and I've never met another Ghanaian who is not religious somehow. And we have big camps and where we learn more about God, and it's like all in North America.
When I was in Egypt, I visited the pyramids. I went inside of them and it was pretty cool. Then I went to see all the temples. It was a pretty cool experience.
I feel like sharing with other people who speak your own language or have the same culture as you is really fun and really important to my life.
One thing that I really like about my culture is the different types of festivals. There are many types of festivals, and I personally find it more fun to be with my family who speak a language similar to me. And it's normally just easy for me to express myself than in other languages.
Pretty much every time I go down the streets and I interact with people down there, it's just, I feel joy with interacting with people down.
When you're able to communicate with others and teach others about what you went through in your country and being able to speak about it with people that know and been there was it's an amazing experience as well.
اللغة هي خريطة العالم.
اللغة تقدر تقول لك الناس جت من فين ورايحة على فين.
ప్రపంచ సౌందర్యం దాంట్లో ఉన్న ప్రజల వివిధ బట్టి ఉంటుంది.
Вивчати мову – це означає відкрити ще одне вікно, з якого дивитися на світ. Слава Україні!
Hey, my name is Isaac Schatz. I play Mr. Mushnick in this year's production of Little Shop of Horrors. So the show is about this creepy plant and this nerdy guy, and the creepy plant is very manipulative, and the nerdy guy falls for all of his tricks.
My name is Molly Neff, and I am playing
Audrey. It's a lot different than what we've done before because it gets a lot more dark and it gets a lot deeper, and it's more of a sad story where these people are dealing with real life things, but there are also some like fantastical sci-fi fantasy elements that really change it up a lot. My castmates are just terrific people like Colin, Isaac, John. They all inspire me to be a better actress because being around those people that like really lift you up, I mean, it just kind of changes your mindset and really helps you get in the right zone when you need to be.
I think that this is one of the most exciting parts of high school purely because it's such a positive and welcoming environment. Learning and growing in many different ways with all these people is just a priceless experience and invaluable to me.
Good morning. It is Friday, September 30th, and we are about to award 26 grants, over $20,000 to Westfield Washington school teachers. We can't wait to award these and see how they put the money to use in support of students across the district.
This is a great way to start my
We wanted to buy you guys more books just for our team to have like access to sensory items, to buy a watering system for our school garden. It's all the way in Atlanta, Georgia, so it's kind of far away, and I get to go and learn. More novels for my French students, actually. A 3D printer.
Really?
Like hand sewing, how to sew on a button, so we get buttons and needles, so that's what it's about.
So we started a new ag science program, and this grant's going to go to help continue that program to grow.
I'm Dia Crouch. I am a puppeteer for one of the versions of Audrey 2.
My name is Sophia Davasewicz, and I'm the set shop manager for Little Shop of Horrors.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Roberts, and I am part of the sound crew for Little Shop of Horrors this year.
You kind of want to have someone on something for a longer period of time so they know exactly what to do.
Knowing how Audrey 2 is built is a big thing, and understanding how each little part of Audrey 2 is connected to the bigger parts, that's just really important for me to know.
One of the main things we do is mic all of the actors with their own specific lavalier microphones. We also, this year, have a pit for the first time since I have been here, and we have a full band.
I think my favorite part about the rehearsal process is, this is probably going to be really weird, but the notes, going over things we need to improve, things we can get better with, things we can change, that just really helps with like growing as a person, growing as an ensemble.
And I think the audience will really feel immersed and like they're in the slums, and it's come a long way. Almost everything that we have, we've made ourselves with our own hands, painted with our own hands, and finally bringing it all together with the cast and crew, finally running scene changes to see how everything works.
So I've been doing tech in theater for the past 4 years, and I found a new home that I wasn't expecting to find with tech. I've gotten really close with every single person that I have met through my experience with theater, both acting and on tech, and I would have never realized if I hadn't decided to do something new that I would have found one of my favorite things to do every single day.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We'll begin our business segment of this meeting, and I will just read the items that were available for public comment, but I'll save the rules. You can reference those on our website because we did not have any cards turned in related to the consent agenda, the mileage update, or the library purchase resolution. So those are the items available for public comment. No cards were turned in. So we will move on to the consent agenda, which is the first item of business. And our consent agenda includes the minutes from our previous meetings, the payroll vouchers, the accounts payable vouchers, as well as the standard personnel report. And if there are no questions related to the consent agenda that was in your packet previously distributed, I would ask for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, Jimmy. Do I have a second? I'll second. Thank you, Amber. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. That passes unanimous. The next item on our agenda is the mileage update, and this is simply, this was, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Tom Michael, I will hand it to you for the presentation.
I mean, you were doing a great job. You're almost.
Okay, I was like, simply just the mileage between the buildings?
It
so
is,
that
yep.
it's a
Since we
standard
moved
reimbursement rate?
buildings, and then now that 191st Street's open, it's just updating the mileage between buildings that we utilize for a common distance in the district. So we just ask that you approve the updated list.
All right, thank you for that. Are there any questions for this item from any board members? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion to approve the revised mileage between WWS buildings as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the revised mileage between WWS building as presented.
Thank you, Bill. Do I have a second? Second. Thanks, Jimmy. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. That passes unanimous. And for the next item in this section, which is the library purchase resolution, I will certainly turn it to Mr. Tom Michael, please.
Yep, so Resolution 2022-18 just authorizes myself to sign on behalf of the board in the closing of the library property tomorrow. Purchase agreement was approved, I believe, back in April. So nothing's changing with the purchase agreement. It's all still in place. This just authorizes me as a signer for the district with the school board's approval. And then we plan on actually closing tomorrow. That is confirmed. So all that will take place. And then since we're talking about the library, I believe Thursday afternoon is their groundbreaking at their new location. So, and just a reminder, while we will own the library officially as of tomorrow, we do have a $1 per month lease in place with them to remain in that building until their building is completed. So they will not actually physically move out of that location for probably the next 18 months.
All right, thank you for that, and thanks for working through that with the library on their timeline to close. And certainly appreciate you handling all that. If this resolution were to pass, would ask if any other board members have any comments or questions.
Well, I was just going to say I see some new faces in the crowd, so I'm wondering, Dr. Kaiser, if you want to just give an update on what we plan to do with the building. I think some folks might find that interesting.
Yeah, I think, again, having a lot of conversations in the community, the need for community center space, and also talking with our high school staff and our foodies program. They catered over 130 events last year. We got them a couple more when I brought some visitors through. They booked them for some events down on the south side. But, you know, we want it to be a learning experience for our kids. And so our goal, it'll be the Shamrock Community Event Center. And we'll fine-tune that name as we move forward. But the kids will be responsible for doing a lot of running of that. Our foodies program, getting our students in marketing, getting our kids in travel and tourism, and we'll be leasing it out for weddings and other community events, but it's all going to run through our high school as a real-life professional learning experience for our high school kiddos. So, again, we'll start analyzing that once we have finalized it and start planning what needs to be done, but we'll have a nice commercial kitchen in there. It'll still be open to all the other groups. I was there about 3 or 4 weeks ago for a presentation. There was a group playing some wonderful music. They had rhythm, unlike me, who I can't sing a lick or dance or anything. So it'll still be available for all the community groups that are using it, and hopefully many more as we make it truly an event center for our community, again, ran by our kiddos.
I want to say thanks again for the hard work in this. This was mentioned to me like 4 years ago, so this is really about 4 years in the making as far as I know. So thanks for bringing it to fruition.
Yeah, agree. All right, if there are no other comments, I'll ask for a motion to approve Resolution 2022-18 as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2022-18 as presented.
Thank you, Amber. Do I have a second? Second. Thanks, Bill. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes. All right, next we'll move to our operations update, and we have a special guest, which I'll let Dr. Montalone introduce.
Thank you very much. Mr. Landfair from the Skillman Corporation is on a date night tonight, and he and his lovely bride are here tonight to do the presentation, and so we're really happy to have the Landfair family here, and hopefully next time the boys will come. That would be enjoyable.
Thank you, Dr. Montalone. I appreciate the introduction. This is Trey Landfair, my wife, and she's been wondering where I've been on Tuesday nights for the last 32 months, so she's here to see the new facility and the new boardroom. Thank you, Dr. Montalone, board, and Dr. Kaiser. Appreciate the opportunity to give you a report on a small but very important project that we started this fall, and that's the new softball complex, or upgrades to the softball complex here on this campus. Letting you know that we've finished our the dugout foundations, concessions foundations, electrical grounding. We've started our masonry foundation wall. We started the new parking lot expansion, curbs and walk. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I will tell you, if you've probably heard, there's a little thing called concrete shortage, and just the limiting of concrete availability across the Midwest, across Indianapolis. So we were very excited to see this portion of the project complete, probably a little later than we hoped, but we're happy to be moving out of the ground now and putting in masonry. You see the dugout foundations, grounding, things like that. You see this is the start of the west side of the new parking lot, the curb and walk foundation. There's a little bit of a view from above looking east. There you see the 2, 4, 6, 8 dugouts, plus the center there is the foundation for the new concession press box building in the center of the 4 softball fields. In the next 30 days, we're going to continue erosion control submittals, but you're going to see us get that concrete walk along the parking lot. We're going to get a water line in place, storm piping, so a little more of that underground infrastructure goes in, and then you're going to start seeing that masonry wall come out of the ground. I'm hoping to see before the end of the year that foundation, that building structure out of the ground, framing and that before the end of the year. We are going to work through the winter. We're not going to get any pavement down this year, but we think that we can still have time to get that parking lot in place and have this facility ready for you next spring. That's our goal. We're going to keep working through the winter and try to achieve that goal. But happy to report that we've got a major milestone here in terms of a lot of concrete infrastructure completed to date. So short and sweet, happy to answer any questions.
As of right now, we have a bi-weekly construction update meeting. Scott Conway is the on-site foreman, and he's just doing a fantastic job. When we were having the issues with concrete, working around that and making other things fly. We're starting work on the dugouts for the baseball fields. That was going to be something that was a little bit later down the road, but we're going to go ahead and get that knocked out right now. Context Design is working on a study right now for all the playability of all the fields that are out there. That is continuing. we'll see what happens with the weather, but we've been very fortunate the last 6 weeks, and we hope that we're fortunate going forward. Right now, we do know that one of our delays is it will be asphalt, an extension of the parking lots. And the goal would be that we would be able to get the asphalt here during our spring break. So if that would be the case, you know what weather's like the 3rd and 4th week of March. It's extremely unpredictable. And that's usually when the baseball team's trying to roll out track, softball. So we'll be able to get the kids in for practices, there's no doubt. And we really don't have any events before spring break. So if we can get that asphalt put down during spring break, then we're going to be in excellent shape because everything else we hope should be completed. So I want to thank Victor and his crew for maintaining that, and Scott Conway for his efforts with the groups that we've got working. Yes, sir.
Just to emphasize to our patrons is our commitment to continue to work with WWSI and our youth sports to continue to enhance our facilities. You know, back when my kids were young playing, we played on the fields across from intermediate school, and the boys had the nice fourplex there. And again, obviously, previous to my arrival, we had committed to these for our girls, and it's just taken another step, not only here, but in the future. We have to partner with the city, partner with the community to build these facilities for our kiddos so they can participate and across all types of sports, not softball, lacrosse, and everything that's coming down the road. So that's our continued commitment to partner with our community to have a great place for our kiddos to play. So thank you, Joe, and the team for all their hard work on this. And the foundation's there, and I used to be a hod carrier, and you can put a little antifreeze in the mortar, and we can put up block all winter long. So depends on how cold we want it to get.
Dr. Kaiser, we do have a shortage of skilled labor.
I can do it. So, hey, I can carry block. I know how brick tong works. I'm not as good getting up the ladder, so it's got to be lower. So, but I know how to do that. So I was also a custodian. So, Joe, if you need some help, just call me. I can do it. So, but
yeah, he actually.
We know this is going to be great for our kids, and it'll be ready for spring for them to get out there and start playing.
Yeah, Dr. Kaiser has in his contract he can't climb ladders.
You can't climb ladders. Yeah, thank you so much, Victor. Excited to see this come by the spring for our guys.
Yeah, Victor, just with the concrete shortage you mentioned, it just made me think of, the industry as a whole. Are you guys seeing a lot of cost increases because of inflation, and is that something we should be concerned about with this project or, I guess, future projects?
Well, foreshadow next month, we'll be bringing bids to you on Cary Ridge, and we're pleased to report that we were able to get good competition and good pricing. I would say a few percentage points higher than we would have been a year ago, for sure. But yes, we're very much challenged with increasing costs for construction and a very robust construction market, which is great for contractors, but it's difficult if you're trying to save money. We continue to be challenged by long lead items and supply chain issues, and we're always looking for alternatives to try to work around that. And I think Joe mentioned, finding, alternative methods in the order in which we build things to keep people moving and keep people on site. And so I suspect we'll have to be creative on Cary Ridge as well, but things we're off to a good start from my perspective.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Victor. And I will next hand it to Josh Andrews for our communications update.
Sorry about that. Now that the referendum is over, I'm getting back into what my job used to be, so it feels good to get there. Tomorrow actually is coffee with the superintendent. It'll be at the library, and the topic will be just getting community feedback on how we can best meet the needs of our community and our students and our teachers as we continue to be a destination city in the state. And Dr. Kaiser and Brian, Tom, and Michael will be there to answer some questions of the community and kind of give some ideas of some of the things that we're thinking about. Nothing is really set in stone yet, but just some of the things that we're thinking about. Over the weekend, Sean and Bailey back there, along with David Dixon, did the Winter Media Day for all the winter sports. And if you see the school district's Facebook page, you'll see some of the photos there. There's some really high quality stuff. And over the fall season, the athletic department really utilized the content that they made on the previous media day, and it's really changing the way that people look at our athletic programs. I'm even getting people who do my job in other districts saying, who were the people, who'd you hire to do those things? No, we didn't hire anybody. They're in staff. So they're definitely help raising the appearance of our district. Today's Tuesday. On Thursday, excuse me, I finally got confirmation that Cary Ridge, their student council, will be on the NBC Nightly News Kids edition this Thursday for, they do, every month they do a fundraiser for something that they decide within themselves what they want to raise funds for. And last month they chose to raise funds for a school in Florida that got hit and closed by Hurricane Ian. So they did an interview with them and a couple of other things. The two interns at the high school went over there and they collected some photo and video. So not only will the kids be on there, but our students will have their content also on the nightly news for on Thursday. I'll send the links around and it'll be in next week's Shamrock Blast. And that's about it. I'll have a lot more stuff at the next one when I have a whole month to do my job again.
Well, thank you for all your efforts on the referendum. I know I'm not alone being excited about that passing, so thanks for everything you did. And next we'll move to the success stories, and I feel like Dr. Atha wants to go first.
Very perceptive. I didn't say anything. I just wanted to, today in this space, we had over 60 teachers, educators, instructional coaches working on math textbook adoption. I want to thank Dr. Hoover, who coordinated that, and with subs, we had half of the teachers here in the morning, then half of the teachers in the afternoon, and so that's the best way to do it. Not ideal because we'd like to have them all together for the day, but it helps us share subs, and then we have to work out getting some lunch and getting them to and from their buildings. But the main thing that was awesome today is we finally were able to get some materials, math materials in their hands, and they're pretty excited about. We've created a rubric around our essential standards and how, what we want kids to know and be able to do, and then the assessment piece, how we're going to ensure that they've mastered those. And then that drives what resource then will rise to the top. So we're looking at about 5 or 6 K through 8. We hope to, by the end of this calendar year, have that down to maybe 2 or 3 to do some piloting in the schools. At that point, we'll really dig in and say, hey, what's the best fit? That's when we'll make those materials available here in this office for people to review. Dr. Kaiser's talked a little bit. We have some parents involved in his CQI process, and so we will probably do in a work session a presentation to the school board. That way questions can be asked and you can actually see the materials. We'll replicate that with science as well. We're just getting ready to jump in, and we have some cleanup in social studies. So that's the just kind of mimicking Josh over there, right? We've been a little bit distracted to start off the year, but now we're digging in and we're doing that curriculum work that needs to be done, so we're ready to go, in the second half of the year, and then that'll catapult us into the start of next school year. But again, just want to thank the team, Jessica Bennett, our executive assistant, and the curriculum team doing some great work. So that's the success story.
I'll echo the past 6 months of our lives have been dealing with the referendum. And I want to thank everybody up here who's been involved, but I want to thank all the people out there. Many of you spent many hours at the polls with me and others. And you know, we got 68% because of you. And for those that worked countless hours, you know, it was interesting, let's say the least, at times with a few people, but we all stayed positive. And if you haven't had to work the polls, it's entertaining, it's educational, but the reason we got 68% is you win elections by going door to door, communicating, being transparent. And again, I just want to thank all of you. And it's something we don't have to do for 8 years. You know, I'm hoping to be long retired by then. But it really starts every day. I told our team on Wednesday, the next referendum started Wednesday, and they gave me evil eyes like this, but it's all about being transparent, being positive, and always communicating. So I also want to thank all the school board candidates, all of them. And gosh, the countless hours everybody put in, going door to door, working the polls, establishing new friendships by doing it. And again, I had the privilege of being out there for 9 days. I still have a little bit of tan left on my head for now for doing that. But cold, winter, rain, everything, we experienced it. But it was truly a community effort. And again, I just can't thank all the school board members who ran, how important that is. And, you know, with what's going out there in the world and politics, you know, it's just very important we continue to work together on all the initiatives in our district. So, again, it was truly a team effort. It was all of us working together, and I thank you. And if anybody wants any decals, I've got some, especially the really nice ones with our language. And I got a few rock pens left. We emptied out our victory buckets, and we got a few of those left over. But again, special thank you to everybody. It was heartwarming to be out there and hearing people say, yeah, we're supporting this, we're supporting it, and you heard that throughout. So we appreciate to the Westfield community and their support and continue support moving forward. We have lots of green signs left that support. They're not referendum signs, they're just supporting our schools. So if you want to reach out and Josh Vibes, we'll get you one of those. We want to continue those positive vibes. So I know that was long-winded, but that's truly from the heart. I just can't tell how much I appreciate everybody who came out. We had 17 polls to cover on election day and 2 early voting, and you guys were there. So thank you very much.
I've got a couple next, and I'll continue with the election because I think one of the nice benefits with an election is we had some first-time high school voters that you saw out there. So I think that's always neat when they exercise that vote for the first time. And then I will build on something we saw tonight with one of our Rock Strong Award winners. So Chris, remind me his name again, 37 years. And then you'd said his dad was 29 years as a bus driver for us before that. So together that family has driven for 56 years, right? So I think that deserves a huge thanks if you see him out in the community. And then so some of you know that I work at Purdue, and we had the opportunity to collaborate with Dr. Kaiser and then Steve Latour, the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, and then Mayor Andy Cook. We had all 3 of them come up and invited the local Westfield students to a reception. We have over 500 Westfield students up at Purdue, which I didn't know that. That's a crazy number. And we had about 25 attend. We, bought them free pizza, and we kind of did it for 2 reasons. We wanted to, get updates from them and support them in their, college journey, and then encourage them that no matter what they do afterward, if they want to travel or go live somewhere else, if, when they're ready to set down some roots, come back to Westfield, because we're a growing community and we'll certainly have some job opportunities for them. And I know as a society, we always talk about college students and maybe the social skills aren't there yet, maybe the critical thinking, but they were very active and, I mean, smart and outgoing and very communicative. So we were very happy to spend the evening with them. It was a nice time. So thank you for doing that.
So I also want to say thank you, Dr. Kaiser. I'd like to get a round of applause for the referendum. You did a great job. Thank you from Westfield. Also, I wanted to mention, I saw Alicia Dennison leave. I was talking to her a little bit. The band had a tremendous performance 2 Saturdays ago at Lucas Oil. Had great result, did a great job. And also, we had the play this past weekend. I couldn't make it. I really wanted to go, but I heard it went really, really well. And then, of course, the football team had a great season. They ended Friday night. We were there in the cold, but they had a great season and did a great job.
Yeah, we're jumping right into the winter season. I think the Lady Rocks are 3-1 right out of the gate with their new coach Key, and the boys are I think, going to be scrimmaging this week. So all the winter sports team. I think we've wrapped up the fall season and we're moving into the winter season, so that's awesome.
I'm just going to follow up on the school play. I'm still amazed at the talent level of our kiddos, especially this play. And there's actually, Josh, I don't know how they get it, but the video they did about the play and the vaccine stages, I started watching it today. I've got it saved. But all the different aspects that went into the play, you've got to go watch that. Again, I got about halfway through it today before I had to do something else. But I've done this for 42 years, and that was one of the best plays I've ever seen. The hours those kids put in and the talent. Again, I'll emphasize marching band again. To see the improvement in our marching band over the last 2 years is phenomenal. We grew 40 kids this year. We're growing another 20, 25. It's just, it's going to be, just fabulous to see that growth. We're outgrowing the brand new band room right now. So, but again, just all the hard work and, the winter activities are coming up in clubs and sports and you name it, it's happening. So get out and support our kiddos. That's important. So, but again, what a great, in our performing arts, what they're doing. And we have a show choir now that's out there and performing. It's a fun time to be here and see our kids excel.
I just wanted to make sure everyone heard Ashley Knott earlier. The Westfield Education Foundation is hosting an event at Moyer. It's a Bourbon and Bling event. It's 2 different things. So you can buy tickets to go and have hors d'oeuvres and drinks and watch the raffle, and then you can also just buy raffle tickets. All of that helps with teacher grants, scholarship grants. And the last plug for the foundation is we are currently accepting applications to join the board. That's all the good things that we're raising money for kiddos.
To piggyback on that, if you want to be part of the event and you pay $100 to be there, you get one $100 gift certificate to Moyer as well. So kind of evens out.
Okay, and then I just want to congratulate Amber and Bill, and I'm appreciative of the Westfield community for electing the 3 of us to serve you again, and we look forward to being part of this board and serving the Westfield community, so thank you all very much. Anything else? If not, you going again?
I just wanted to thank the board, and Dr. Kaiser just popped in my mind. The Evening of Excellence seems like a long time ago, but what a night that was. And transitioning into the gymnasium, like we talked about that, and to see that come to fruition and how wonderful that evening was and amazing. So just kudos, because I know there's a lot of conversation. Not everybody knows Stacy Pratt and all the conversation that happens behind, because that's a board event, And then Stacy has to organize all that, so thank you, Stacy Pratt. But
I was going to say it's a board event, but you all do the work and find the speaker, so thank you very much.
I walked into the gymnasium and just the, just the feeling, the vibe, and then just the whole evening was just amazing. And I thought, okay, we made all the right decisions here. So just thank you for that.
Well, I'd like to everybody give Stacy a round of applause, because she came in over fall break and worked. I mean, it was, she was doing she would just say, you need to do this, this, this. I said, okay. But she was one behind it all, and just the countless hours she put in. It was a great success story. Doesn't get much better than that. So, 200 plus kids at 3.8. 216. Not too bad.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that concludes the items on our agenda. If everyone wants to mark your calendars, our next regular scheduled meeting is December 13th, 7 p.m. in this very room. And if there are no other items to come before this board, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Just, so Tuesday, November 29th, we will have a public hearing on the Cary Ridge project at 8 a.m. So I know we just scheduled that board meeting, but wanted to make sure we made that
Thank you,
announcement.
Brian. Yes, anyone is welcome to join us here Tuesday, November 29th at 8 a.m. Public meeting. It'll be about Cary Ridge. So public is welcome.
And it should last about 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
don't be late.
Bring your coffee. Bring your own coffee. BYOC. Okay. Thank you for that, Brian. That was good to point out. If there are no other items, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Bill.